our speaker and honored guest is Mr. Jan Lee Wong. He is the Executive Director of the National Association of Social Workers, California chapter. We're delighted to have Jan Lee here with us today. Also, Teresa Davis is the Associate Vice President of College and Program Development and University Advancement here at Cal State Fullerton. And she is our honored guest representing the university at our commencement. Teresa. Now for the people who have helped our students along. First of all, Dr. David Sharon. Teaches policy and many other courses. Dr. Mikyon Kim Go. Also, and these folks, particularly Dr. Kim Go, is one of the founders of our program, and Dr. Sharon was our founding chair of the program. So we're delighted they're with us. Also, Dr. Sean Hogan. Who also teaches policy courses. Dr. Caroline Bailey. Teaches human behavior and the social environment, along with many other courses. And Dr. Ju-Ye Ji. Also, our Director of Field, Christine Ford. Director of our CalSWEC Child Welfare Program, and all these people also teach courses in the program, but they have administrative duties as well. The Director of our CalSWEC Child Welfare Program, Deborah Saxton. The Director of our CalSWEC Mental Health Program, Marcela Mendez. The Director of our GSWEC, which is Gerontological Social Work Education Program, Alex Bayon. And one of our newest faculty, Dr. Jackie Smith. Also, Jane Collier. Courses. And we also have some student speakers today that, and the first one of these is the president of our student club, MSWA, which stands for the Masters of Social Work Association, Christina Gil de Montes. Our student speaker representing the main campus, Bernetta Wallace. And the student speaker representing the Irvine campus, Jasmine Quintana. At this time, I would like to introduce Teresa Davis, Associate Vice President of the College and Program Development at the university. She's going to say a few words of welcome on behalf of the university.
Thank you, Dave. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administrators of Cal State Fullerton, it is my pleasure to welcome and congratulate you. Today was a long time coming, an arduous journey that took your focus, commitment, and the support of loved ones and friends. I know that these last few days have been especially full. They have been filled with taking the final exams, completing projects, worrying about whether or not you'll get that perfect job, or if you'll be successful in the dream job you already have, hurrying to pick relatives up at the airport and scurrying to get here to campus on time today. But I invite you to stop. Set your worries and anxieties aside and just take a moment to breathe. Fully enjoy this moment that has been created for you. For this day of celebration will soon come to an end, and there will be other days of celebration, but I don't want you to miss this one. Take a moment to smell the sweet aroma of your success. Savor the many words of wisdom that you'll hear from people today who have been where you are and traversed the road that you'll be taking. High five the people who have helped you arrive at this point and dance a jig in your own honor. The poet Walt Whitman said happiness, not in any place, but this place. Not for any hour or another hour, but this hour. And this, my friends, is your hour. You have earned it. This day is yours to relish. Congratulations, one and all. We are so proud of you.
That was great. Thank you very much, Teresa. At this time, I'd like to introduce Deborah Saxton, who is the faculty member who has spent the most time with our Student Association, MSWA, and she's going to introduce them.
Mentioned earlier, our MSWA is our student club, and like most student clubs on campus, it offers an opportunity for our students to find connection and support and a little bit of fun amidst the stresses of graduate school. They all need that. But beyond that, our club makes an impact on our community through community projects, service projects, and outreach. And they do it in a way that really educates our community about what social workers do and who we are. They've been very busy and very active this year. And as you all know, any good group that's successful and impactful would not be able to do so without leadership. So at this time, I would like to recognize our MSWA Student Board. And I'll call their names, and when I call your names, stand up and remain standing so we can thank you for all of your hard work for this year. Okay, so first we have Brittany Anaskavich, our event coordinator. Samantha Bynum, our treasurer. Tiffany Morales, our secretary. Audra Tamaletis, our vice president. And Christina Gildamontes, our president. So thank you. All of your hard work. Okay, Christina, you can come on up. I'd like to now introduce Christina Gildamontes, and she will have a few words to address our group.
I'm so short. Good morning. When I was presented with the opportunity to give a speech today, I took time to reflect on the journey we have shared together as California State University of Fullerton Master of Social Work students. I remember walking into Professor Mendez's classroom on the first day of school, wide-eyed, gleaming with excitement, yet trembling with anticipation, unsure of what to expect. I knew that I would not overcome my first-year jitters by staying stagnant, so I leapt at the opportunity to become more involved by joining our student organization, the Master of Social Work Association. The MSWA provides opportunities for MSW students to become involved in advocacy, outreach, and activities to enhance professional development. It also increases community within the students in the program and members of the university. With the involvement of over 50 members and a remarkable board, the MSWA experienced several firsts this school year. We raised $600 for Cal State Fullerton's Center for Autism. The money was used towards purchasing prizes for children that attended Orange County's Walk Now for Autism Speaks. We proposed and received funding to host Cal State Fullerton's first Heart Gallery, a photographic exhibit to find adoptive families for children in foster care. As a result, 2 potential matches were made for a sibling set of 3 and a medical special needs child. $3,000 was raised for Camp to Belong, reuniting siblings placed in separate foster homes through summer camp programs. We supported our first-year MSW students as they hosted Cal State Fullerton's first ever Box City, a unique event to raise awareness for homelessness. Over $10,000 was raised for Orange County's Family Promise, helping families face the challenge of homelessness. And we developed a mentorship program, matching first-year students with a second or third-year student, someone they can look to for advice on Dr. Hogan's policy tests, share internship highs and lows, or someone to share a well-deserved coffee break with. We have accomplished a great deal in a short time, and I am forever grateful for the skills and relationships that we have gained through our involvement in MSWA-sponsored events. We would not have been able to endure this program without the support we received from our fellow classmates, dedicated faculty and staff, and loving families. I would like to thank all of you for your unconditional patience and understanding, especially when we experience moments of sleep deprivation and emotional exhaustion. With the constant encouragement that we received as a graduating class, we have completed over 3,000 grueling papers and devoted a minimum of 55,000 internship hours, providing a variety of services. Our commitment to service and respecting the dignity and worth of our clients is evident in the successes we've experienced at our internship placements. One student shared after weeks of working through cognitive processing therapy with a client at the VA, during terminating processing in their last session, her client began to tear up and called her his fellow soldier. During an internship with Orange County Social Services Agency, a student investigated a child abuse report and ultimately removed a teenager from his home after he had experienced severe physical abuse. While accompanying his teenage client at the hospital, the client felt a sense of safety with the student and asked him to hold his hand. And they held hands and did not let go until all the necessary procedures were completed. After providing therapy to clients in the outpatient psychiatry department at Kaiser, a student shared several handwritten thank you notes she received from her clients. One message written said, "Your patience and care guided me towards self-discovery and self-esteem." Another read, "You've been so helpful to me through the darkest time of my life. Because of your care and kindness, I am a stronger woman." As one of my classmates so perfectly stated, this is what the social work Fuzzies are made of. In order to support others, we needed to support ourselves. Being a generation of social media, we were able to stay connected day and night. We used Facebook for academic reasons, such as a discussion board for strategies in tackling one of Dr. Chenot's papers, or to share a variety of local resources. We also used social media as an instant way to share with one another the significant events in our personal life. We rejoiced together when someone shared of a touching moment with a client. We provided words of encouragement on someone's first job interview. And we virtually held one another when a classmate shared of the passing of a loved one. Through this program, we have grown immensely, personally and professionally. We all come from diverse backgrounds and have unique reasons for committing ourselves to the social work profession. But we all share the same passion to challenge social injustice on behalf of those vulnerable and oppressed and advocate for our clients and their right to self-determination. We will experience numerous changes from today forward, but we are agents of change, and we embrace this moment. I'm so proud to be entering the field of social work alongside you. Now, no longer as classmates, but as colleagues. Woo! We did it!
Thank you very much, Christina. Now I'd like to welcome our first student speaker who was chosen to represent her cohort. The first one I'd like to bring up is from the Irvine campus cohort, Jasmine Quintana.
Practice walking in heels. Okay. Good morning, parents, friends, faculty, and fellow MSW graduates. When we were given the topic of this year's commencement speech, All People Matter, I thought, well, duh, we're soon to be MSWs. I think we know all people matter. That's why we're here, and that's why many of us decided to join the MSW program. We believe in the worth and dignity of each and every individual. But then, as I was wondering how to go about writing the speech, I began reflecting on my own hypocrisies and downfalls when it comes to realizing the importance of people and that all people matter. I thought of the times I have become frustrated when that driver on the road has cut me off. I thought of the times that, well, little do I know that the driver has just received a phone call from the hospice social worker to let her know that her father's condition is rapidly declining, and that I may be in the way of her final farewell to her father, the person who has cared for her all of her life. That driver matters. That person matters. I thought of the many times my husband and I have exited the freeway off-ramp just to come face to face with a homeless individual asking for money. I think of the effort I put into avoiding eye contact with that person. The first thing that comes to mind is, he's young and more than capable of finding work. He should be able to find a job. Little do I know that he's a former foster youth suffering from schizophrenia and has never known a support system his entire life. That homeless man matters. That person matters. I thought of the times I've been offended because the drugstore clerk was short and dismissive. How dare she? I'm a customer. Little do I know that she is suffering from domestic violence and is still shaken from last night's beating. She cannot get the image of her son's terrified look as he witnessed Daddy punching Mommy. Her shortness and dismissive demeanor has nothing to do with me being a customer. She's terrified to go home. That store clerk matters. That person matters. We sometimes get so involved in our everyday lives, struggles, and routines that we forget to be empathetic to the struggles and needs of others. In our individualistic society, we forget to lend a hand to those in need. You know that driver rushing to her father's deathbed? That former foster youth asking for money on the freeway off-ramp? The drugstore clerk suffering from domestic violence. I'm proud to say that you, fellow Master of Social Work graduates and future LCSWs, will be there for those individuals in need because you know that all people matter. The driver will be helped by the hospice social worker. The homeless individual will be treated by the clinician at the mental health hospital. The drugstore clerk will start her road to recovery with the assistance from the domestic violence shelter social worker. In the MSW program here at Cal State Fullerton, we have been fortunate enough to have had field placements with some of the individuals in these unfortunate situations. Some of us have interned at these domestic violence shelters, hospices, schools, mental health hospitals, just to name a few. Remember the nervousness we felt as we approached our first day of internship? Or the sadness we felt when terminating our therapeutic relationships with our clients? We have all worked with individuals and have felt defeated when learning of their setbacks, and have felt elated when witnessing their triumphs, as if they were our own, as much as our field seminar professors taught us otherwise. Today is a day we've been anticipating for 3 years, a day we celebrate with our family and friends our hard work, the completion of our MSWs. As much as we'll be focusing on others throughout our professional careers, we must not forget that the person to your right, the person to your left, and the people in our audience matter too. Without them, we may not be here today rejoicing in our successes. I know I wouldn't. Most importantly, we must not forget self-care, because you, fellow graduates, matter too. Our graduate school experience has come to an end, but this is only the beginning. Congratulations, California State University Fullerton, MSW, Dr.
Thank you very much, Jasmine. And now our student speaker from the main campus program, Bernetta Wallace.
Good morning, everyone. Evidently, I don't need any more practice walking in heels. So, this is the end. But it serves as the beginning for so many of us. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say, I don't know how our journey will end, but the fruit that we've gained from our experience in Cal State University Fullerton's Masters of Social Work program have ripened. And the urgency to transition is great. I personally am going to miss the family I've built in the cool breeze in the evenings after class. I'm also going to miss going to lunch with my peers and the free counseling I receive from my brothers and sisters. Although graduation will be the happiest day of my life, my heart will grieve and long for the connections I've made once I'm gone. For most of us, Cal State Fullerton has been the foundation of the professionals we will become for the past 2 years. However, our eyes have seen all that they need to see, and we've learned the lessons the university intended to teach us. With that, we can find solace in the next milestones in our life course trajectory. I now believe that I'm the professional this program bred me to be. As I embark on the next stages of migrations, I hold strong to the belief that all my professors had in me. I suggest you all do as I will with this experience and apply the knowledge gained at Cal State Fullerton to every relationship, friendship, and interview, because the lessons we've accumulated here are not solely university curricula, but lessons of life. What is life? I'm sure many of us are still trying to figure out what that means, the impact of it, and what it will look like in the years to come. For most of us, the university and the family we have built during this experience has been our life, investing ourselves beyond the classroom and educational capacity. As the time has come to go our separate ways, each of us will look back in retrospect on these times and remember our experience together. We will rise to the occasion of program managers, politicians, mental health specialists, doctors, entrepreneurs. But one thing that will always remain the same, regardless to our career pursuits in our education, is our educational DNA. We are and will forever be Titans. The genetic foundation built here at Cal State Fullerton cannot be manipulated. And although life will call us in different directions, we will not be able to see each other, but we will always be a family. I stand as a representative of my peers, extending a special thanks to the National Association of Social Work for the Code of Ethics, and one of many themes, such as All People Matter. The Masters of Social Work program, professors, staff, and everyone that believed in us from the start. You saw the potential in every one of us prematurely. I hope that each of us understands the value of our existence to the field of social work. I also hope that each of us metamorphose into the professionals our supporters knew we could be all along. And to the class of 2014, both part-time and full-time, your individual destiny chariots await you. Go and be the change you wish to see in the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Every year, our graduates, the folks that are in their graduating year, are challenged to complete a research project. It's our students' favorite activity. It is a great deal of valuable work.